A goal with this level is trying to get the player feel a bit claustrophobic. First off, we start the level in a tight space, letting the feeling hit you directly. Then the idea was to actually decrease the horizontal view, squeezing the view together, but it became a bit problematic when we felt that the design of the level was enough. It is very dark and can be hard to find your way. Which is actually kinda surprising, since the level has a really simple design, but because it's on dead ends and similar looking locations, it can be quite hard to navigate.
It's a haven in the midst of a vast forest and the last stop before my final destination,
balance between annoyance
Castle
and
Brennenburg.
disorientation.
It's late in the evening, and the outrider, who has been with the coach since Bremen, advised me to wait until morning before I venture further. I've arranged for a bed at Der Mühle, the village's only inn, and am now waiting for the sun to rise. I try to sleep, but as I close my eyes, I see the men who fell victim in London. My fear and shame forces me to witness the same scenes over and over. They are dead because of me. August 1839. I feel like I have fled the world and all its worries. Brennenburg is a majestic creation perched upon a forest-clad hill with towers reaching well above even the highest pine trees. Following the winding road leading to the gates gives the impression of discovering something forgotten, as if journeying with Marco Polo to the hidden Xanadu. Alexander, the Baron, is a peculiar but gracious man. He seems well versed in worldly matters, and is not at all as eccentric as I assumed. My room is exquisite, and I'm confident that no hotel for miles could even hope to match it. As the sun sets on Brennenburg, its fairy tale varnish turns to an eerie gloom. Alexander's strange servants are never far away. They are a quiet lot, and their behavior could only be described as skulking. Alexander seems pleased by my presence. As he puts it, it seems like I got here just in time.
He escaped? Where is he now?
Hey, you! Stop!
Don't come any closer. I just want to leave.
You can't go outside. It's too dangerous.
You to question me.
I'm telling Gabriel.
I doubt that very much.
This pig was the first object that I ever tried to rig as a ragdoll, and I'm pretty satisfied with the end result. I'm a little rusty when it comes to making organic creatures like this, so this was basically the only model that I had as a little ongoing project that I could get back to work on when I had some time off from other work. All other models are pretty much on a tight deadline, so it was nice to have this model that I could get back to work on from time to time, almost as practice. When I started to model the pig corpse, I thought right away that I needed to do it right from the beginning, so I googled a lot of pig pictures. So since we wanted a rotten look to it, you can imagine I found a lot of weird pictures. Other than the look of the model, the only difference from creating a prop is the fact that you have to plan the mesh, so it's nice for animations as well as good for importing to a sculpting program, like a Mudbox or ZBrush. In those applications you add details to the model, pretty much like a clay sculptor, and then you transfer those changes to the normal map that you use for the in-game model. I used ZBrush in this case, and I was happy to use it because my skills in that application started to fade away. Creating the texture for the pig wasn't the easiest thing to do, because it isn't easy to find good reference pictures for rotten pigs with moisty skin. The biggest issue was in fact getting the skin to look unhealthy, but I think it turned out pretty nice, even though it could need a little more work. But to be able to put in more work, we need to have more time and resources, and as a small indie company, that isn't something we have. For the ragdoll, I had to first set it up with the 3D program I use, called Maya. I created a skeleton for the pig, skinned it so that each part of the big model moves with the correct bone. After that, I used our in-house model editor to set it up with bodies with weights for each individual part, like the legs, head, and body. Then I connected it all together using joints. When done right and with correct weights for each body part, it works quite nicely.
So you used the drain sewers as a means of transport?
Yes, they were built to divert water from an underground spring and are quite spacious. It seemed only natural to incorporate it into the overall structure.
But we won't be using it.
Not today. The flow is seasonal, and when the spring runs dry, the dam tunnels produce a rather poisonous type of fungi. There is an antidote, of course, but we won't be bothering with it today. Come, this way instead. We're almost there.
After the prison level, some light is needed, and that is what we want to give the player right now. We also wanted to have an environment that did not look like anything else the player has seen so far. When the player has endured the dark and gloomy dungeon levels, we wanted to give some sort of award for coming so far, and this level is supposed to be that award. The sound of water is also found quite soothing for most people, so we wanted them to relax, calm down. Only to be more acceptable for scares later on, of course.
did we find this place?
An old friend back in Algiers gave me a map.
Why isn't he with us? Didn't he want to come?
He wanted to, Daniel, but things don't always turn out the way we planned.
This level consists of 3 parts of a puzzle. For each part you complete, you get 1 step closer to getting the machinery running. It does not matter which order you do it in, so you can complete the level as you like. When I scripted this level, I made a basic function for completing a puzzle. Then I added some specific tweaks to each puzzle to make them unique, and then finally a grand version of a complete puzzle function to make it really noticeable when you finished all 3 of them. I got surprised when several testers said that it was not clear as to when they completed the whole level. That on the first puzzle it was really nice, but that on the second and third puzzle they did not really notice that they had accomplished something successfully. As I was about to start working on this, I noticed something really strange. I had, for testing purposes, made it so that when completing the first puzzle you will get the grand puzzle completion function, which meant that the first puzzle had a big bang of events, while the other 2 would only have the minor small puzzle completion events. It had been like this since I finished the level, so no one had never experienced the actual sequence of events meant to take place. This type of bugs are pretty nice to fix, because you only fix your own stupid mistake, and then all is done.